She has navigated projects that bridge continents, cultures, leading business systems. Miss Liwia Wilz.
Whenever the business is approaching, so you should understand what they are actually meant for and what if we can offer something to them.
That's such a powerful way to describe it, Miss Liwia. It's clear you have lived in that space where translation between technology and business isn't just about words. It's about building trust on both sides.
Where you can implement your knowledge or skills in a broader perspective. So it is actually helping you to become a better version of yourselves.
Hello and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. Today we are joined by a seasoned professional whose career has spanned over 17 years in both technology and business systems. Miss Liwia Wilz has built a remarkable journey, starting as an application developer in Pune, moving into system analysis, and for over a decade now, leading business systems at SONY Middle East Africa in Dubai. Her expertise ranges from .NET platforms, Microsoft Power Automate, and Dynamics 365 to AI-driven workflow automation and agile project management. She has navigated projects that bridge continents, cultures, and corporate functions, all while keeping efficiency and innovation at the core. In this conversation, we will explore not only the technical expertise that Ms. Liwia brings to the table, but also the leadership mindset and adaptability that have allowed her to thrive in a rapidly changing global environment. So, Ms. Liwia, it's an honor to have you on FaceTime with Leaders. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Sunny. I'm also looking forward for this conversation and podcast. Hope you'll have a good time.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's begin from the start. Before we discuss your expertise, Ms. Liwia, I would like to begin with something very simple. So could you share in your own words how your career began? From early days studying computer science in Kerala to working in Pune and then building your career in Dubai. What was the journey like for you?
Yeah, I'm glad to share that. Actually, my interest in or curiosity in the computers led me to earn this engineering degree. So currently, I'm working with SONY Middle East Africa as part of the corporate planning and business system support division. So my role is basically involving developing, testing, implementation, supporting, and enhancing the processes across the different business systems in our operations. So this involves, like for the automation parts, we are currently using Microsoft Power Automate platform, by which we are automating the processing of invoices, creating orders, and maintaining the masters or data sharing through scheduled or automated tasks. So that's about the current process. So from my beginning of career journey, after earning the computer engineering degree, I got an offer in Chennai for an outsourcing company. In Chennai itself, I joined for a .NET course. But after that, I was able to participate in the national-wide recruitment process by MKCL Pune, and where I worked for 2 years. A marriage brought me to Dubai, where I got another opportunity with SONY Middle East Africa. So the people I work with are very experienced, and it's a multicultural environment. So we are like Singapore, India, Japan. So there are different cultures involved. So that was a very learning experience, and my journey is still continuing by God's grace. I'm able to monitor and learning the new platforms and sharing the experiences to build up new processor, enhancing and improving the day-to-day tasks. So that's my short journey.
Absolutely. So, Ms. Liwia, thank you for sharing your journey with us. And it's like watching the evolution of someone who is constantly learning, adapting, and growing with the industry.
Yeah, that's very well needed in this time. We need to cope up with this industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what a great start to this conversation, and looking forward to more interesting questions and answers, and your journey, your insights, wisdom, knowledge, everything. All right. So, moving on to the next question. You have spent many years working at the point where technology and business meet, and not everyone can navigate both worlds, effectively. So, how has that unique perspective shaped the way you approach operational challenges?
Yeah, operational challenges will be there, and that has to be met with the experience and the thorough understanding of the process. So you need to understand what we are actually doing it. So you need to consider different factors like ROI, which is the return on investment, or cost of inaction, COI. So based on considering these factors, you have to arrive at your decision. And then if you wanted to make some process, you need to know what is the current process and what are the benefits and where we can improve rather than doing everything from scratch. You should know how to invest your resources into it. So once you know what is the effect, what is the outcome, you should be able to reap the benefits out of it. So there is a this kind of factors we should keep in mind to implement any new process or systems in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's such a powerful way to describe it, Ms. Livia. It's clear you have lived in that space where translation between technology and business isn't just about words. It's about building trust on both sides, right?
Yeah, yes, there should be a trust in both sides. So you maybe whenever the business is approaching, so you should understand what they are actually meant for, and what if we can offer something to them, they will also look into it. So we can maintain the trust with the customers and give them more outcomes, what they more than what they expected sometimes. So it will be like giving an helps us to give them the whatever they require, and also improving the customer satisfaction level.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so continuing our conversation, Ms. Livia, if I could hand you a magic wand today, and you could choose one emerging technology that you believe will completely transform corporate workflows in the next 3 years, say 3 years, which would you choose and why?
Yeah, I would choose hyper automation. Hyper automation is the kind of advanced way of AI, how to use it. When AI is pointing to a particular task, hyper automation is the automating a complete business process. So right now, like if you say automatically sending an email, that is a task. But if you imagine like working on different files and combining to one place and then sharing the data to different, and they can see it in the report, and along with that some approvals are also in place. So this kind of integration of seamless integration of systems, which will really reap a benefit for the corporates, because it's talking between systems, so there is a seamless communication, and there will be a kind of controls in place will be should be there, but there will be a definite advantage of implementing this technology in corporate workflows.
Rightly said, Ms. Livia, and you have just made that vision so vivid. I can almost imagine working in that future already. And what I love about your answer is how you made the technology feel human, not just technical.
Yeah, it has to be if we are able to correlate with the day-to-day life. So then that makes it more acceptable. If we are not sure about what you're looking into, you become a bit scared of it to how to approach it. But if you know how you can make use, you can control it as long as you are in a safeguard position, that you have the checks and controls in place, then if you are good to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great. All right. So, continuing our conversation, Ms. Livia, you have worked extensively across India and the Middle East for well over a decade. That is a diverse mix of cultures, time zones, and work styles. So, how do you secure genuine buy-in from teams that operate in such different environments?
Yeah, to secure genuine buy-ins from the teams, you have to actually foster the open communication within the team members. You have to actively listen to them, and share. You have to understand what they need to be, that they have been heard. Okay, and when you are living with multiple cultures, so there are different factors that their achievements, whatever they have commitments, that should be celebrated. Their success has to be shared, and you should acknowledge what they have done. So, like in the case when this festival holidays are coming up, so we know it's a different time zones. There are different way how people are looking into it. So we should knowing that collaborate within the team, so we understand okay who will be in charge, who will be off. So we should coordinate, and then that if something comes from who will be the responsible person. So that communication we do, and also we do share emails. with the senior managers, even if they're part of the outsourcing team, so that their commitment and their dedication are being listened to or being showcased. So they should be getting the relevant experience that their role is very valuable. If they should be experiencing that kind of feeling. And also if they are working on a weekends for while updating or doing some upgrades on a weekend or off days, so that kind of support also when we give to them and that is being acknowledged, so they there the you can foster the collaboration in that ways. So all these factors will help us to make that team active and approach them in that to give them a unique feeling that okay, they are being valued for. So this will be very beneficial for working as a team.
Absolutely, Miss Livia. And that felt less like a management story and more like a masterclass in human connection.
Yeah, we need to consider the people around working around how they are doing it. So the more you know how what you are dealing with, I think you can the tailoring approaches will benefit the collaborations and you can experience it in a more meaningful and purposeful manner.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's a key takeaway anyone in leadership can use tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Right. Great, great, great. So we have covered the serious stuff, your journey. Now let's have a little fun. Let's do a quick rapid fire round, shall we?
Yeah, sure. Yes, yes.
Yeah. So no overthinking. First thing that comes to your mind, right?
Yeah,
Instinctive
okay.
answers allowed.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Shoot,
All right.
shoot.
So here I do the first question. Uh, the one tech gadget you absolutely cannot live without.
Headset.
Okay.
It's
Your most
needed daily.
unusual work from home snack.
Dry fruits. That's more which you can fill your tummy when you're really grateful.
And a healthier choice.
Yeah.
Okay. If all your apps disappeared tomorrow except one, which one would you keep?
If I'm working from home, I'll definitely go for Microsoft Authenticator to connect to the VPN. If I'm driving, I'll go for Waze.
All right. Moving on to the next question. Your secret weapon for surviving Monday mornings.
Weekly planning. That is the best thing, like you can plan for the week.
All right. Okay. The emoji you use most often in chats.
Thumbs up. Great.
Okay. Unexpected. If you could swap jobs with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Since it's a one day, I think a chief minister will do, especially if we look into the
All right.
yeah, if I'm looking, because after my vacation experience, I felt there are some things which we can really have an impact on day-to-day life. So it's like removing the traffic blockades, improving the day-to-day commutations, how people going through, or having the more manageable public washroom facilities. So and this the daily options the professions like teaching, which also needs to be taken, give the valued resources and this technological training to them. These things kind decisions you can do it in one day, I feel.
Okay. So by any chance, are you a fan of Anil Kapoor? Because that
Anil
made me
Kapoor.
remind of the book called Nayak, a chief minister
Yeah,
quality.
yeah, I like Anil Kapoor. Yes, yes, I like
Okay.
him. I like the acting. Yes.
Right, right, right. Uh, that was fun, actually. That was fun, Miss Livia. I loved all your answers, quite unexpected ones. And the last one was the least expected. Okay, so that's great. Great to know your personal side. Now let's move on to the challenges that industry faces. And let me give you a scenario. So just imagine a recruiter offers you a high-paying process optimization role, but there is a catch. They ask you to pay upfront for a custom software license before you can join. Now, given your deep experience in .NET and automation, how would you verify whether this is a genuine corporate requirement or simply a cleverly disguised scam?
Yeah, this is a very relevant topic because knowing what is authentic and what is fake is a very challenging now, especially when we are considering the deepfake or the social engineering or business email compromises, whether the mail is genuine. We have to validate all those things. So first thing, everything when you get it something which is urgent, don't act immediately. Take a pause and then you think what is the source, you understand what is the source. So mostly try do a return call, give a call back, or send a reply to the based on the website, whatever emails you get it from the mails, you send a mail with the based on the reference you get from the website, right? There are their official websites. Then communicate and say, are we talking real, or is it just a fake scam? So at any link you get, any link, so always make sure that the link, what is being shown in the text and what is pointing to the link, you can see when you mouse over the link, you can see the text. So if there is not matching, which means there is something hidden over there, right? So you should be conscious about that. Don't click on it unless you show what is it, because things are very much common nowadays. Like whatever you click, it's not good, and whatever the mails or the offers you are getting, it has to be double checked. So everything approached in that this is not that, you have to give reasons why this is true. So that kind of approach, and we should even inform your family or the friends or even our colleagues, like whatever the precautions to be taken. Because everyone may not be aware of this kind of the upgrade scam. So you should be aware of it, and in having in this profession, and you're getting some kind of offers or contract and something to be okay, limited offers, these are not, should not be taken it so urgently. That should be thought, discussed, and you wherever, if you have to go and meet the person, that is well and good, or do the proper formal communications before you involve in any kind of commitments, or especially financial matters. Should be having mostly in one to one, and with the proper with the authentic background checks in place. Yes. That should be ensure that this is very important.
I think everyone listening will now be triple checking any job offer in their inbox. And you know what I like is how you have turned something as dry sounding as due diligence into almost an art form.
Take it as a good feedback.
Great, great. Love that, love that, love that. Absolutely, absolutely. So that made us reach the last question of the podcast. And let me ask you that. You have recently been part of Directors Institute Network. Now, many senior professionals reach a stage where they feel they have already learned all they need, but you made the choice to continue learning. So, what led you to say yes to that experience, and how has it added value to your career so far?
Yeah, it is a learning experience, a great one, different one. Normally, we do learning technological upgrades happens our like very frequent periods of different phases. We need to cope up with the upgrading technologies. But being part with this digital director network is a different experience, especially in the field of governance with the technological background. It is giving you options to explore more areas where you can implement your knowledge or skills into in a broader perspective. So it is actually helping you to become a better version of yourselves. So with all the skills and knowledge you have learned so far, so it give you a provision to contribute yourself for your own growth, and also where that information or knowledge is required, where you can implement it, and so that it will be a development, like world development, or at least the country or the organization, or wherever you are involved it, you are able to contribute that skills. That will be a true meaning for your life or your experience. That's what I feel. So God willing, be able to continue this journey, so we will have a get a good purpose out of it. So all the best to your team also to for this initiative, giving us a platform where we can explore, get more information, and more industries to be explored for.
Thank you so much, and great to hear that from you. In fact, I love how you framed that. Not as I needed another certificate, but as a genuine leadership reset. And it's refreshing to hear someone at your level speak so openly about gaps and growth.
Thanks. Anyway, that is required for at this moment more than the certificates matters. It matters like how we are going to platform, because everything goes fine. There's nothing more you need to do. But when things are going in a tough time, that's where we need to step up or come forward and do, okay, this we can fix this, or we can solve this, for a better and more with the more meaningful purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely, Ms. Liwia. So let me thank you enough for sharing your journey and insights with us today. It has been fascinating to hear how you have navigated the worlds of technology and business with such adaptability, precision, and vision. And believe me, your experiences from your early days as a developer in Pune to leading business systems in Dubai highlight not just professional expertise, but also the importance of continuous learning and cross-cultural collaboration. Right? So,
Yeah.
so I'm certain our audience will take away valuable lessons on staying relevant, embracing change, and leading with integrity. So, thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you. Thank you, Sani. It was a wonderful session. I was very comfortable, and it's been I believe this will be a fruitful session, informative session for anyone who can listen to it.
Absolutely enlightening one.
Thanks for your
And to
patience and
everyone
listening.
listening, yes, and to everyone listening, if today's conversation gave you a new perspective, a fresh idea, or even just a moment of reflection, I encourage you to share this episode with someone who will benefit from it. This has
Yeah,
been
sure.
FaceTime with Leaders, powered by Directors Institute, World Council of Directors. Until next time, stay curious, stay prepared for the future, and continue to lead with purpose. Thank you so much.